1975, right? 1989. So this number is false. You've been brainwashed by PVD, which is the Zion, Christian Zion, and its co-workers are all Zions. First of all. Second of all, when you say, I agree with that one, but we don't need regime change. Look, Iran has been under sanctions the last 40 years, and the last 20 years has been maximum pressure sanction, which is everyone is sick and tired of the bad economy. A lot of people are suffering from bad economy, and a lot of people that I feel bad for, like went through this experience that she had to fight against the government because she wanted to have a freedom of a job. Again, if the reformist comes to the place and then it's generational, they have to give people whatever freedom that they're entitled to. And on top of that, Israel and America will impose a lot of pressure and sanctions over Iran that makes people upset and pissed off about the economy and a lot of things in Iran. So when you say 81% wants regime change, yes, at this moment I'll concede that part, but not 81%, majority of them, because on the last election 40% will be when cast the ballot. But look, if the economy if Iran, like during Khatami, right, it was better. A lot of people.
I have a question when you're done monologuing, but yeah.
I was gonna jump in and say something to me.
After Adam, yeah. Don't monologue. Why are we monologuing?
Alright, we got your point.
Only 10 seconds. So 79% went and they voted during Khatami. That guy was a reformist. So the economy was good. The economy was booming. A lot of people were happy. Those are the same people. But right now, I agree. Majority of them don't want it.
All right. I'm going to make the point of any reformist strategy to Iran, any regime change that keeps its army strong and keeps it rooted in the Islamic religion in any way, Israel is not going to let you keep that. For example, Pahlavi now, but feel free to jump in to whoever, because I'm not going to go on a monologue. For example, Pahlavi, he's already said that one of the first thing he's going to do if he comes into power is recognize the state of Israel. This is the type of people that Israel will be happy with. People that come in that 100% yes men, that will accept their Israeli sovereignty in that region, and if they want to expand their territorial land, people that aren't going to say no, and if they say no, they're not strong enough to oppose them. So any regime change, any reformist strategy that doesn't sort of destroy the strength of Iran as a nation, they're not going to be happy with that. They're not going to let you live in peace like that. They might balkanize you. They might set the Kurds on you. They might just arm militias there. But they need Iran to be unstable so they can get their gains. That is their objective.
What is balkanize?
Appreciate that. Balkanize is when you do what you did to the Balkan region in Europe. Remember, Yugoslavia was that big country and it was united. Then they Balkanized it. It became
separating
Serbia.
into 5-6 different.
Oh, that's why you guys were tripping on the Kurdish guy earlier. Okay. All right. Okay, can I get in there? Can I get?
Go.
Okay. All right. So. I was just gonna, I don't know, man. I feel bad when people gotta die and shit, but who was it? A rush? Yeah. So you were talking about giving people the rights they deserve and all that stuff. So we all agree on that. The problem is Khomeini's son's not gonna do it. So my question for you is now what? Because the guy, I'm not saying put in a Zionist puppet. I got you. Like, that's fucked up too. That's the other side. They're fucked up too. But Islamic fundamentalism, you could be a Muslim and say whatever they're doing in Iran's not right. So
That's me. For example, I'm a Muslim.
His son is not. My whole point is this: Khomeini's son, who's alive but injured or whatever, Arash is trying to go to him with his tail between his legs and say, "Can you give the women the freedom and all this shit?" And he's gonna be like, he's like, put him in a garbage bag. Like, he's gonna be like, put him in a burqa. Like, that's what he's gonna say. He's not gonna give him freedom after this. They just killed his dad. I watched PVD read through the fucking list. It was like his wife, his kids, his dad, his mom, his sisters, his brother. Like, every fucking person in his whole family just fucking died. And you're trying to act for liberalism. That motherfucker is about to, like, he had a nuclear button, he would have been pushed it. But his injured ass doesn't have that.
I doubt they would do that, by the way. Nuclear, they wouldn't do that.
You get my point, though. Like, his worst case scenario is everyone I fucking know and love is dead, and that's pretty much his situation right now. So to expect anything out of him other than everyone must die. Yeah.
Really? No, so that first of all, that's Khamenei's son. It's not Khomeini. Khomeini was the person. So that's Khamenei's son, and I agree on that part. He's extremist. So I was disappointed when I saw that he was elected. But
so you agree we need regime change?
I told you, didn't agree.
He literally agrees we need a regime change. He said reform, and I was like, no regime change.
So there are two ways. One of them is getting your country bombed and being a cut to Israel. The other one is like agreeing with the Moshtaba Khamenei, which is Khamenei's son, and then find a way in order to elect the government, because this guy is
never gonna happen.
All right, walk us through option 2. Walk us through option 2. I'm with you. Option 1, okay. Option 2, walk us through Khomeini's son going through reform and not being a fucking Muslim son. Go ahead.
No, I feel you, but go ahead, Arash.
I love that stuff. Like at Khamenei, we can. So let's get you off the part that we want to get bombed. That as we are getting bombed.
No, fuck option 1. How do you get to the Khomeini son reforming?
So Khomeini son. So we have the leader on top, and then also on the bottom we have also government. Leader is leading it, and also is the religious leader, which is have the final say in the country. I agree, he's a little bit extremist, and he's what is killed. But
A little bit. Yeah, one mic on O'Dane from Iran. No, I'm playing. Yeah, 30 seconds on Arash and then O'Dane next.
Yeah, I don't say that. Okay.
If we elect a reformist government like we did with Khatami, and people are already fed up, they all know that we are on the verge of revolution in Iran even after the war ended, right? So that's why a lot of people, competent people inside right now in the government, like Arashi, Foreign Minister Arashi, they all know about this stuff, and they're gonna relax like they relax on the hijab, and they're gonna maybe do their referendum or some part of doing that, relaxing some situation. Because look, if they let this shit continue and extremists running the country, we're gonna see a revolution. But on the part that our country getting bombed, I don't agree on that part. So I'd say let's go with this path, which government electing a reformist government and have our own sovereignty instead of being a kite to Israel.
Let me respond on that. You keep saying Khatami. Khatami just gave out a speech like a couple of months ago, and he said that he fully supports the supreme leader, and he's fully with the regime. When you're talking about this regime, you're talking about a regime that cut off internet in the middle of war on its own people, so they won't get the alerts, that which region is gonna be bombed.
Are linked with the internet. They have.
Okay. So because Mossad agents are linked through the internet, are you that stupid? That's very funny.
During the 12-day war, our country was attacked during the cyber attack with 1,268 institutions.
You are funny. Okay, I wasn't finished. Shut the fuck up. I wasn't finished.
Guys, Arash is not real. Please shut him up. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Okay. And also, everyone in Iran knows that the government that Arash is talking about is just a puppet of the supreme leader. They have no fucking power. They have no. They are not elected. They give you options to choose between 4 people. They are not everyone are allowed to go to the
America is bought. Have you seen AIPAC and the way it buys Congress and the Senate? Are you hearing yourself? And you talk about Western democracy. You have a
They
vision.
don't know even what AIPAC is. They don't know even what AIPAC is.
I don't know yet. Do you know what AIPAC is? Do you know how every Senate and Congressman has been bought and paid for by a lobbyist group that registers itself as an internal group, even though it's foreign?
Okay, so tell me how does the election of the Iranian presidents work? Tell me that, Adam. If you know so much about my country.
I'm not saying I'm an expert in Iranian democracy or Iranian dictatorships or Iranian regimes. I'm telling you that there is an elected government, though.
It's not an elected government. We're now as an Iranian. Okay, sorry, Farzad, go ahead.
Because if you know the structure, the problem of most of you, including Arash, is that you've never lived in Iran. You have zero information about what is the
What do you mean?
what is the
What do
structure.
you mean? Last time I was in Iran.
Okay, wait a second. Wait a second, please. Let's just debate, okay? What is the process of selecting? This is a very good question of the president of the Islamic Republic. What is the process of selecting the leadership? You know, if Islamic Republic has one chance to reform, okay, you would never see Khamenei's son out of this ballot. You know why? Because the Revolutionary Guards are behind. The whole country is run now by the Revolutionary Guards. And the new leader is selected by them. Do you think it was a democratic process? Do you know how the leader is selected? You select the council that is selecting himself.
You talk about the president.
He selected to the Council of
The
Experts.
council will
Yes, council of experts. I'm hoping on who is selected.
They elected him. There were 4 nominees. Hassan Rouhani, and the other one was Hussein Hassan Khamenei, which is son of Khomeini, and the other one was Moshab Khani. He was elected through the democratic way.
So you support this, right? And you think that you can do the reforms through Khamenei's son, right? And do you know that, guys? Just for you to know that, you know, there are certain ministers in Iran which has to directly chosen by the leadership. Foreign ministry. Okay, so in fact, when Dan was saying that the president is the puppet, yes, we are disappointed. No, we are disappointed because
Your information completely.
Okay, well, in the West,
they don't elect
24 people.
the intelligence ministry. The intelligence ministry.
Were elected by people. 12 of them were appointed by the leader. So the 12 of them were elected by the people directly. 12 of them, the rest of them were appointed by the current leader. So
Good for you to support the Islamic regime, Arash. It's okay.
in the West, they don't appoint their foreign minister. The public don't get a say on voting for who their foreign secretary of state is.
The secretary of state is chosen directly. Let me tell you, Adam, not only the Secretary of State, the Intelligence Ministry, and some certain
Same with the West,
ministries.
same with England, same with the UK, same with the UK and the US. It's not the difference. That's the same in the UK.
Are you comparing a democratic country with a dictatorship country? How stupid is that, Adam?
Do you know what?
Let me tell you. So Supreme Court in the United States appointment by the president, right? So
It's a democratic process. Let me tell you something. I give you an example. You know,
every single country.
all right, if you let me, I will explain how the structure is working. You know, I give you one simple example because it's my profession. You know, Iran has one major film festival. It's called Fajr Film Festival. Okay, Israel also has a film festival, Haifa in Jerusalem. Okay. The Iranian festival is controlled by the Iranian Cultural and Guidance Bureau. It means that if you are not going through censorship, you don't have any chance. You are either you are with them or you are an enemy. This is the ideology of the Islamic Republic. But we show our films in Jerusalem. You know why? Because all of them are left. All of them are criticizing Netanyahu, and the government doesn't pick the films and do the censorship. This is the way they do in the ministries. For example, the foreign minister, the president has no word in the nuclear deals. It's the leader itself. We were so happy
that maybe the countries through the nuclear deal will reach into peace. But all the extremists from both sides, they never let it happen. I'm not just saying that it was only Iranians, also Americans. And you know why? Because their interest is in the instability of the region. They earn a lot of money.
So what's your point? A lot of people, even in the U.S., like Nicholas J. Fuentes, and a lot of people like Kanye West, they've been declared from Kitover frozen because they say something against Zionists. So any country that you say anything about the government, they do the same pressure. So that you see in every single country, even the U.S., which is the most free country. So if you do the same thing in England, Brits, they're gonna do something against about you. They're gonna deplatform you. They're gonna go after you. They're gonna cancel you. They're gonna get you off of YouTube. They're gonna do all this stuff to you.
He doesn't understand what democracy is. He thinks what the West feed him is democracy is a democracy. It's actually, you're going to get into a deep...
Adam, can you explain what democracy is then?
You think democracy is... You think democracy is...
Okay, you tell me what it is.
Please explain me what is the dictatorship. Explain me what is the structure of Islamic Republic.
Listen.
Explain the structure of Islamic Republic for me now.
Azad,